let's get to work.
Okay, I'm researching Mabel Little. She was 21 at the time of the Tulsa Race Riots, and during that time her beauty salon got burned to the ground, but she worked hard to rebuild it, and she ended up adopting 12 kids and died at the age of 104.
Talking about it, and Tulsa's actually embarrassed. They're pretty embarrassed about what happened. So they make a statement that
you need one person other than me who's just a student who will have 2 lines.
I'll volunteer.
And no one else talks.
I talk.
Because it's a voice.
I already volunteered for talking, just say it.
Okay, well, you guys can figure out who's on it.
I am playing Mabel Little, who was a part of the Tulsa Race Riot and adopted 12 children. She died at the age of 104.
I am Presley Little, and I was getting married to Mabel Little, and it's important because we were getting married.
I'll do like this so it seems like you're really flying.
Olivia, look! I'm the plane!
Fly me. Fly away, Howard. Do that again. I was kidding.
Rocking chair or whatever. So we're gonna do a voice over, and like when it starts to like actually film, it all started on June 1st, 1921.
And then it'll be in black and white.
Right, it's gonna be in black and white, like gray scale or whatever, and then we're gonna do that scene.
At that time, Bowie was a black town. She came to Tulsa in 1913. At that time, her mother was ill, so she got a job at the Brady Hotel for just $20 a month. The following year, she married Presley Little. Little opened her first beauty salon in 19...
Grandma, can you tell us the story again?
Sure, little one. So, back in 1921, there was something called the Tulsa Race Riot. It all started on a normal day. I was on my way to work when I saw the mob coming. They had guns, pitchforks, and other items with fire on them. Then, all I could see was smoke. It was chaos. After the smoke cleared and the riot was over, my beauty salon was in a pile of ashes. I thought my life was over. It took many nice people to help me rebuild my salon. The Tulsa Race Riot is still talked about in history classes to this day.
And that, kids, was my experience during the Tulsa Race Riot.
Wow, girl, want to tell us again?
Yeah!
Yeah!
Okay, settle down.
Oh, who's that?
That's Mabel Little.
She was born in 1900 in Boley, Oklahoma. At that time, Boley was a black town. She came to Tulsa in 1913. At that time, her mother was ill, so she got a job at the Brady Hotel for just $20 a month. The following year, she married Presley Little. Little opened her first beauty salon in 1917. She continued in that business for 50 years. She was only 21 when Tulsa was struck by the Tulsa Race Riot. Her beauty salon was burned down. Still, she worked to rebuild it. Between 1918 and 1927, Little and her husband adopted 11 children, most of whom were the natural children of family members. Her husband died 1 month after the last children came to live with them. Still, she adopted a 12th child in the mid-1940s and helped other children in Tulsa. Later, during the Great Depression, she took a job in aviation and followed the job to Wichita, Kansas, and then later to Los Angeles. She later wrote her story, Fire on Mount Zion, My Life and History as a Black Woman in America. She tells of growing up in a segregated society and retells the riot's destruction.
Learning about the Tulsa Race Riot has showed me that Tulsa has a rich history that's not all good, but it's still important to learn about. And it showed me that even in Tulsa's darkest times, that there are still people who wanted to help and wanted to help other people.
I think it's important learning about the Tulsa Race Riot so we learn about our past and make sure future events like this shall not happen again.
Learning about the Tulsa Race Riot has taught me that you should treat people how you want to be treated. And just because your skin color is different from another person doesn't mean that you're better than someone, because everybody's unique in their own way.
I think this lesson on the Tulsa Race Riot is very important, it's crucial, and it can't be me just giving my opinion and telling them what I know. It has to be my students looking at primary sources. It has to be them looking at actual documents. It has to look at them looking at historian accounts. I want them to put the pieces together like investigative reporters and just share what they've learned.
Well, it's important to know about the race riot because, number one, it was the biggest race riot in American history, and not many people know about it. It's important for us in Oklahoma to know about it because what happens in the past shapes the present and the future, so we can learn from those mistakes that were made before us. But most importantly, it brings in an awareness of what our inner emotions and feelings are. It gives an explanation and a reason why we have these certain feelings. And I think the final point, and probably the most important point, is that it gives us the opportunity to not make the same mistakes and perhaps maybe make amends for something that was wrong, that shouldn't have happened. But it tells us to move in a different direction, or if it comes up again, it tells us to not do the same thing again because we already know what the results will be.